This is Let's Talk Teens, a parenting podcast sharing tips on raising amazing teenagers. We are both certified life coaches that have worked with teenagers as coaches, mentors, and teachers. We are sharing what we have found to work best when dealing with teens and tough issues. This is Abbi and Cheree, Let's Talk Teens, episode 87, Summer Unlocked, Making the Most of Every Day.
Abbi, summer is so fun. We're always so ready for summer. We're so tired of the grind of school and the school year, and everyone just is so excited for summer. And it happens. And then sometimes by the end of the summer, we're like, what happened to summer?
Yeah.
Right? And so let's just talk about how you can have the best summer as a parent, but also help your teen have the best summer and really unlock all the goodness of it. And then at the end of the summer, be like, okay, that was awesome. That was just what we wanted. And that you can feel that way as a parent, but also that your teen can. So let's just talk about some ways to do that so you can get on the same page and it can be a win-win for all involved. I think the very first one is just the intentionality of it, like just being intentional, right? Like what is it that we're really looking for? What is it we really want? And knowing that daily, what is my intention? And with that being said, it's like intention doesn't mean it has to be this intense, like accomplish all our goals day.
Purposeful. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes the intention is, okay, I need a lazy day, or I can tell my teen's been working really hard and they just need to sleep in and just have a like zero productive day, which actually is so incredibly productive, right? But it's just having those intentions of, okay, we want to have this balance of work and fun and laziness and productive, but it's saying intentionally, like today is an intentional lazy day, or today is an intentional fun day, or today is an intentional work project day. But it's being more intentional about what we're really wanting to have happen instead of just letting things not happen or be as they are.
I love that because honestly, my intention for the summer, right, when we're recording this, I've got 5 days till my kids are done with school, is I just want to have fun. I feel like it's a good reminder for parents that school is a grind for our kids. Like it can be fun. They can love school, especially as they get up into junior high, high school. Like it starts to swing into like, hey, this is fun. It's also a grind and like a ton of work. And so maybe your whole goal, like mine, is I just want my kids to have fun. I want it to be a different pace than the school year. I want to go to Cherry Hill and Lagoon so much that I'm sick of it by the end of the summer, right? So it's okay if your goal is to have fun. I've had youth that they're like, my goal is to make money this summer. And I'm like, that's epic. Like as long as it's a kind of a change from, have they been grinding super hard in school and maybe not working and now they're going to work and try to earn all this money? Awesome. Like whatever they're excited about, I love that because we just need a change. As human beings, we love a little bit of a change. And my favorite part about summer, Cheree, is that it ends. And I know that sounds horrible because I love summer, but I love a season of my life that I'm like, hey, guess what? This is like 3 months. And by the end of it, I'm going to be so sick of my kids and ready for them to go back to school.
Yeah.
But I love that change. And I love that the school year starts and it ends. Like, I just think there's so much power that we can use with those natural deadlines.
Yeah, it's true. That change of pace is so, so important. And variety is one of our human basic needs to have variety. And I think that's what the summer brings is like, okay, we have this grind of school, the school year, and then we have this break of doing things different, having variety, having just this needed change of pace. And then we get back into it. And it's all so important and vital, really, for our happiness and our well-being. And so it's good. But saying, like saying, Kate, like you said, my intention is to have fun. I love that right off the bat. And that just takes us right into this next idea for you parents is I think it works so well. This is what I've noticed works so well is at the beginning of the summer, maybe you do it on a Sunday when all the family's together. I don't know, but you give everyone a 3x5 card and you say, okay, I want you to write on this card a few things and we're going to have a few questions. And it's first of all, what your ideal summer, like what your goal is for summer. Maybe it's like, I want summer to be fun. That's your number one hope and dream for summer is just that it's fun. And then we're going to like break that down of like, okay, what is something I want to accomplish? What is something that is important to me? What is something I want to do with my friends? What is something I want to do with my family? And you can just break it up how it works for your family, but have everyone fill out their card. And then including parents, like parents, teens, kids, all ages. And then you come back and you read the cards and you talk about how the things that, as a family that you want to accomplish. And then right there, you put it on the calendar. Okay, well, this person wants to go on a hike as a family. So let's schedule that. This person
Yeah.
wants to make sure we go to Lagoon. Okay, let's schedule that. This person wants to go get ice cream. This person wants to have a water fight. And we're going to schedule that. And then this person really wants to accomplish, maybe they want to learn a new skill. Maybe they want to bake more. Okay, how can we make that happen? And you really work as a family of starting that intention of this is what it looks like. And for me, this looks like what in January we always talk about like goal setting and making goals for the year. And, for my family, we've talked about this before. We do vision boards and we make this vision of what our year looks like. But I kind of think sometimes we need that for summer. Like, what's the vision of summer? And we're going to just be visionary for a minute. And what do I want to create? And then how do we make it happen? And what's important to mom and dad? What are your intentions? What is your goals? And then what's important to our teens and our kids? And then we work together to make that happen. And I think that's just a great way to start off the summer is really getting clear with what everyone is hoping to have summer look like for them.
Cheree, there are so many things that I love about that. And I'm doing that this Sunday because we're really good at having family meetings right after church on Sunday. So we're going to do those cards because what's fun for me for the summer, I'm like, oh, I want to do yard work and I want to go to Lagoon and I want to go camping, right? I don't think my husband is going to write any of those things on his
Mhm.
cards,
He's
right?
not,
Like,
right?
and
Yeah.
I don't think my kids will, right? And so I love that because fun or productive or we're really going to be adventurous this summer, like that means something totally different for every family member. So I love getting on that same page. And then, oh, that scheduling, because nothing's more defeating, especially as a teenager, because they keep notes and they keep track of when they're like, "Oh, mom, dad, you said we were going to go camping, or you
Yeah.
said you were going to help me learn how to ride the dirt bike this summer, right?" There is nothing more defeating than that. So, like, if you write that down, if we've talked about it, like, schedule it and be like, okay, we're getting ice cream. Because the other part about summer is it's slippery. It will disappear and run through your
So
fingers
fast.
before you know, because you at the first in May, you're like, oh, we have so much time to go camping. We have so many times to go get ice cream. And you will sit down in August and September and be like, wow, we never got to that if we do not schedule it.
And that's why scheduling it right after you make the plan. And here's the fun thing is like one of your teens might say, okay, what I want is just lazy days of summer. And then schedule lazy days. Like for reals, your teens might be shocked when you're like, okay, let's schedule some lazy days. And on those lazy days, you don't have to do any jobs. You don't even have to make your bed. You don't have to shower and brush your teeth if you want. I mean, like for real, sometimes we just need those days. And maybe that you don't schedule a lot of those days, but you're like, hey, this day is just what we're going to label. This Monday, maybe we do like one Monday a month where it's just like, or whatever day you want. But lazy days, like nothing is required of you. You can do it. That can look like whatever you want. If you want to binge watch TV all day, guess what? You get to do that. But when we become intentional about it, none of those things take over and have power over us because we still are in the driver's seat. We still have the power.
My friend has a term that I just love, and my kids are too little to do this, but if you've got teenagers, you can 1,000% do this. She has every man for themselves days
Oh, I
where
like it.
you're on your own, but in the best way of like, mom's not gonna make dinner. We're
Mhm.
not gonna work. Like everybody's on their own. So if you want to go eat cereal for every meal, go for it because mom is
I
gonna
love
be doing
that.
her thing. Whether that's I'm gonna do laundry all day or I'm gonna go, finally get that quilting project started, right? And I love that because I have feelings, which I get are crazy in my head about laziness, right? Sheree, I am like,
Mhm.
I have thoughts about that. So I love that every man for themselves day because your child might want to binge watch TV. And if I haven't scheduled that, I might have a lot of thoughts and feelings about that and be like, they're wasting their summer. And this is such
Exactly.
a, but if I'm
Yeah.
like, no, it's every man for themselves day or it's our lazy
This
day,
is the plan. This
go
was the
for
plan
it.
today.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so plan it. Plan the fun days, plan the every man for themselves day. I love that. Plan, the days that you want to learn a new skill or that you want to have like, we're going to de-junk day and everyone's going to
Yes.
deep clean their room. But it's on the calendar and everyone can plan on it. I think that it is just so helpful when everyone gets on the same page and it becomes this win-win. We've talked about this a lot for everyone, for moms and dads and teens, and everyone gets to contribute of like what we want summer to look like. I think the last thing I just wanted to mention is parents of teens and kids. Sometimes sometimes there's moods, right? And sometimes there's conflict between siblings, and it can be crazy. And I think it's a one of my favorite things about like unlocking summer and making it so good is to think, okay, those things are going to happen, and how as a parent do I want to handle them when they do? So I'm prepared ahead of time. I have a plan of like when things are just out of control and everyone's at each other's throats because we've been together a lot, or there's contention, and I don't want to just be yelling at my kids. And so really think about how you want to have those, I call them chill out moments, where everyone maybe needs to chill out, or maybe we need to like just have a little moment or relax. And how you as a parent can keep it light and keep it from escalating, or maybe you can de-escalate it by the funny things that you choose to do. I had a friend that once told me that there was a summer day where all her kids were just fighting like crazy. And all of a sudden she's like, stop. We're going to 7-Eleven and getting a Slurpee because everyone needs to chill out. And it kind of just stopped everyone, right? She's like, get in the car. We're all going. And they went and got a Slurpee. And then as they were all drinking their Slurpees, they could talk about like, some things that needed to talk about, but everyone did literally chill out.
Mhm.
And she did that by just being fun. Or I thought, you could go out and have a water balloon fight and be like, okay, we're fighting. Let's go let's get our water balloons and our water guns, and let's hash this out outside in the hot sun. But remember, like in the summer, sometimes the moods get hot. Sometimes the temperature of the fighting is really hot, and we do need to chill out and make it a little bit lighter. And so as a parent, if you can plan ahead of time, how am I going to help my family chill out when things get intense? Or how can I help the fighting or the moods? Here are some of my game plans. Maybe I'm going to write those on a card of how I'm going to handle it when that happens. So it doesn't catch me by surprise, and I'm prepared and I'm ready.
I had just posted on my Instagram not too long, Cheree, and it came because it was really happening to me that I put on there this picture of me just eating cereal by myself because we had been to Lagoon and it was supposed to be so fun and just like magical. And there's moments of that. And then my kids were hard and they didn't want to go on the rides and they were fighting. And by the time I got home, I was like, I don't want to look at any of you. I don't want to talk to any of you, right? And I think that's so real. I think we have these magical expectations of summer. I know I do right now, but like letting myself know, hey, guess what? Usually by the time I get home from an outing with my kids, I'm gonna be ornery. Like I'm gonna be tired. And so having that game plan of, okay, we're gonna change scenery, or once maybe we go out in the mornings when we're all in a better mood, and then they all can kind of do their own thing in the evenings. Like planning on that and planning and going, guess what? This might not always feel fun in the moment, right? But then when you look back, you're gonna be like, oh, that was just the best going to Lagoon. Because, in the moment, it was really hard. So I think sometimes, too, you have to set those expectations. Because right now, I'm in that phase of like, this is going to be so magical. And then every day can be a little bit grueling, a little bit hard as we drag our teen out of bed, as we, remind them, hey, this is our day that we said we're going hiking and nobody wants to go hiking, right? And
Yeah.
just say, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to just take it one moment at a time.
And we might go on a hike and people might be grumpy, and that's okay. We're still going on a hike, right? But
Yes.
it's planning ahead as a parent of like, how am I going to handle this when my teens roll their eyes or don't want to do it or there's fighting, and just making your game plan. And I think it just makes all the difference. So, parents, go out there, help your summer just be amazing. Unlock that summer, making the most of it every day by some of these things we talked about. And if you have any tips, share them. We'd love to hear more tips about how to make your summer great.
Thank you for listening to Let's Talk Teens with Cheree Murdock and Abbi Winslow. If you are looking for more tips to help your teenager, here's where you can find us. You can find Cheree Murdock on Instagram at Cheree Murdock Coaching, or on her website, ChereeMurdock.com. You can find me, Abbi, on Instagram as Abbi Winslow, or on my website, AbbiWinslow.com. Please rate and review our podcast and share with a fellow parent. Thanks for listening.